right. Now it's time to talk about Oklahoma. This is going to be fun. These guys have gotten better. Venables they just gave him a big raise. And unlike most of the episodes that we've done so far, they've got continuity there. They didn't have a lot of changes, and this should be a good year for them. Before we get into it, thank you so much for checking out the Swami Brothers channel. I'm JK the Human. Swami is an algorithm that I wrote. It's not AI. So people have asked me about this. It's not AI. It started on a notebook in the backyard, and I started handwriting. Now it's up to over 30,000 linear equations. So eventually I went from the notebook to a computer because it just works better that way. But yeah, and what it does is it takes all the information that we can feed into it, and it tries to predict the outcome of sporting events. So we're using it to do preseason predictions for the SEC, and it's a lot of fun. We're going to give you information in each episode about the coaching staff before we actually go through the season. So all that being said, thank you. And let's just jump straight into it. Oklahoma's coaching staff, 2026. I've got some notes here. I'm going to look over here and read them. Sorry for not looking at the camera. Head coach, Brent Venables, fifth season. Fifth season matters. So you want coaching staff that's been around. You want somebody that's been building a roster. This is also part of determining what they might do, if you will. So enters 2026 with perhaps his most talented, big note there, and well-balanced roster since taking over. Okay. Following a 10-win 2025 season that included a trip to the college football playoff. These guys are good. This is going to be a fun year for them. Look for a big stuff to happen. 55 years old. That doesn't matter. Has produced 17 NFL draft picks since becoming Oklahoma's head coach. That does matter. And with OU's 7 draft selections in the 2026 tied for the program's most since 2018. So going this way, right? These guys have continuity. This is not a complete changeover. So hired offensive coordinator Ben Arbuckle, second season. So not a new guy. It's already part there. They've been he's been in the program together. Hired him in 2024 after 2 seasons running the same role at Washington State. Have you noticed that Washington State keeps coming up in these episodes? Very interesting. Where the carousel lands, where people get on and off, and then it moves again and they get on and off. But Washington State keeps coming up. Should tell you something about that program. So while there, he helped mentor Bailey Zappi. You guys remember him? He broke the single season FBS passing records. He broke single season FBS passing records. So multiple. He and Venables have made establishing the run game non-negotiable priority this offseason. I think that's coach speak. I don't know a single coach ever anywhere around college football that says, the run doesn't matter. I mean, you hear this every year. Yeah, the run game. Whoop-de-doo. That should be baked into every single thing that a college football coach ever says. So we'll throw that one out. It's not as much of a note as I thought it was when I wrote it down. Let's get into defense. Defensive coordinator Todd Bates, 5th season. So this guy's been there. And let me tell you, that defense is good. I watched them last year. This is a really good team. And like I said, they're going this way. Longest tenured piece of the staff. He's been with him since they arrived in Norman. So like Missouri and Georgia, this is another steady program. No rebuild. But that's 3. That's 3 out of the SEC so far. It's worth noting that Oklahoma is now the third team in the series, which is what I just pointed out. We actually have data on these guys. So all the other teams, we've said no new data. Well, this team is solid. They're together. There's not a lot of variables in there. They're going to be ready to go. They know what they want to do. They have a game plan, and they know how to execute it. So all that being said, let's just bite into it. Here we go. September 4th. It's a home game. It's UTEP. It's a confidence win. So season opener, move to Friday night game. Should be comfortable win for Venables and the gang. Don't really see that as a problem. And Swami has already marked it as a confidence win. Which is really interesting. So it must have good numbers on everybody there for it to do that. Otherwise it wouldn't. September the 12th, first away game, first real test, and it's going to be televised on Fox. I can say that. Hopefully I didn't just get in trouble. Swami has it as a confidence win. Marquee non-conference road trip national TV window. That's what I have written down here. Another note says biggest early test of the season. Well, second game in. Model really likes Oklahoma based on the fact that it's an actual confidence win. So then September 19th comes along, and they're back at home, and New Mexico comes to town. Swami also says it's a comfortable win. Home game before confidence play. Sometimes these can be traps. As we get closer to the game itself and knowing who the next opponent is, they'll start talking on the radio and TV. They'll be, oh, it's a trap game. It's a trap game. I don't think it's going to be a trap game. There shouldn't be a problem, even though they will be looking forward to Georgia, especially since they have to go to Georgia. Georgia, we actually have this as a pick'em. It's a road trip to Athens. Tightest margin on Oklahoma's entire schedule. You don't have an edge. They're all there. You're coming in with all of your pieces, and you've been focusing on the run game during the offseason. It's a toss-up. That's a good sign, because we know a lot about both teams. That'll be a really good game. Then they're back home, and Texas is coming to town, and Swami didn't even skip a beat on this one. And this is really interesting because right now Texas is ranked 5th, right? And these teams, they hate each other. It says it's a home game, but I think it's a neutral site. These teams can't stand each other. They've been playing each other forever. And yeah. Swami says it's a confident win, which is interesting because there's a lot of hype around Texas this year. Then Kentucky comes to town, October 17th. Well, Swami says, no problem. That's a confidence win. Then they go on the road, October 24th, road trip. And on paper, Swami says it's a confidence win. If this rolls like this, that's a great year already. These are predicted wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 predicted wins by the algorithm and a pick 'em. So October 31st versus South Carolina. They're at home. South Carolina has to come to them. What did Swami say? Confident win. So let's see. Then And there's not much else to say there. I think Shane Beamer's going to have trouble this year, and I think he's going to have trouble with his fan base because of that. November 7th, Oklahoma goes to Florida. Oklahoma goes to the Swamp. This will be interesting. It's humid in Oklahoma, but not like Florida. And Swami has this as a road trip against, again, another team that's replaced everybody, all their processes, mechanisms, and people. So you have no idea what they're going to do. And by this time, though, they should have figured out who they are. By November the 7th, Florida better have figured out who they are. I think they will figure out who they are. And if they've got the talent, John's a good coach. He's done well at different schools. This is a step up, though. This is his first big job. So we'll see how he handles it. But given the fact that there's so many variables surrounding Florida itself, Swami has this as a confident win for Oklahoma. I mean, look at the schedule so far. It's crazy. Then they come back home. Ole Miss comes to town, and it's a home game. This one is a lot closer than you might think. And it raised a bunch of eyebrows. This is what we were talking about last night. I never really know, like, the algorithm's so long now, I don't know what it's going to say before it says it. Like, I put all the information in, and I'm, as a human, and all my other friends, are looking at this and falling back on the history of the things that we've witnessed that have happened, and kind of surprised by some of these things. But it's usually more, well, it's been way more right than it's wrong. That's the reason why we do this. Because if it wasn't, why would you put yourself out there like that? But yeah, it's going to be a pick 'em. And then while they're staying at home, Texas A&M is coming to town. I think Texas A&M is going to be sneaky good this year. They're not getting a lot of hype, sort of like Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to be sneaky good this year too. But we'll get into that. We still have both of those teams coming up to do on next episodes. Home game. This turns out that this Texas A&M game has the closest margin of any of the three pick'ems that we're going to have. And so, yes, I'm telling you that's a pick'em. I just gave it away. But that is a pick'em. And like I said, it's the closest margin of any of these three. And then your final game of the season, you're gonna go to Missouri, go battle it out with Drinkowitz, and it's road trip to Columbia. No rivalry week chaos needed here, but I do have a note here on paper. This closes out one of the strongest seasons we've projected all season. I agree. The whole series. In this whole series, only Georgia so far has had so many projected wins, and this last one is a projected confidence win as well. Now, will these things happen this way? We have to watch and find out. And speaking of which, thank you so much for checking out the channel. I'm trying to make my way to 500 subscribers. Please like and subscribe. Tell anybody else if you like what we're doing. Please tell anybody else. We're not promoting anything other than we built a prediction machine. You do what you want with this information. We're doing the whole SEC, so I still have, and we're going in alphabetical order. So Ole Miss is next, and then the Texas teams. Tennessee and Vanderbilt is still in South Carolina. Those are still to be shot. And appreciate you so much. Thank you. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. Be kind to each other. It's not that hard to do. And most importantly, thank you for watching.